10?
I think so, yeah.
Week 10. Wow, season's flowing. We had good practice today and really good one on Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So we had a good week of practice. Had a good Virginia team that seems to be getting better as the season goes on. Obviously, Brendan Armstrong is the guy that's focused on offense. And they got a lot of targets that I think will be fresh and ready to go from not playing last week. So defensively, they're strong. You know, they're another good defense that our offense will face this week. So we got to go out and execute and play football. Questions?
Pat, when you look at the numbers, I mean, their offense ranks the worst in the ACC in efficiency. With that, being known, do you maybe consider being more aggressive when you guys have the football, knowing that your defense might be an advantage?
We're going to play football. We want our offense to go, and we want our defense to play well. So it's not going to change how we do anything.
Pat, you guys have lost games when quarterbacks have gotten out on you guys and gotten mobile. Did better against that last week, but you're facing a guy, Brendan Armstrong. You faced him before, but now he leads the team in rushing. What have you guys keyed on this week to make sure it doesn't happen again?
Well, again, I think you hopefully learn from prior mistakes, whether it's North Carolina, Louisville, which I think their longest run was there was a major holding call on that play where Kalaji got tackled on the right side of the line. So just got to go make plays and do your job. And it's what it comes down to. When guys start to to press and start to go, gosh, what's going on here? I have to do something new. And I think they learned that a little bit from last week. I think.
You saw them press a lot less, and that led to the aggression that you saw?
I think so. I think they just kind of everybody did their job, and good things happen when you do that. When you're starting to think about, like, I got to go make a play is when things collapse.
You said this team is getting better week by week. What makes you say that?
You're talking
Virginia.
Virginia? Just put the tape on. I mean, if you look at the yards they've gained throughout the year, it's gotten more productive. They've had some turnover issues, which I think has maybe made them less efficient. So, I mean, you take those turnovers out, they're explosive on offense, and they got weapons at the receiver spot. A year ago, that was the most talented receiver / tight end group that we faced. And a lot of those guys are back. They got a tight end playing for the Colts. Forget his name, number 0. Besides that, all the rest of the guys are back.
When you talk about those turnovers, from what you've been able to see on the film, do you think that that's Armstrong kind of trying to do too much there? Or is it maybe just like what you talked about on Monday, the struggles of having a new system and a new coaching staff and maybe not having everything on the same page?
You'd have to ask Tony Elliott what the reason is. I just see it as sometimes they come in droves when you get them, and sometimes you're giving them up. I know they're coaching it. They're coaching it hard not to turn it over, and just like we are. And sometimes, just ball security, and sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it's a helmet on the ball here and there that you really can't coach.
Pat, when you see a successful coach like Bronco Mendenhall just walk away from the game, what goes through your mind as a coach, and what does it say about your profession?
Bronco's a great guy, great football coach, great person, and the profession's changing a lot. I think you're seeing more and more people step away, whether it's a Villanova basketball coach. Why are they stepping away? Obviously, there's a lot of pressures that go into the Power 5 coaches and what you deal with every day with the kids you deal with. It's a different ball. It's a different ball game. There's a lot of different issues going on in college sports with the NCAA, and I think that's part of the reason. I think you'll start to see more and more of it.
Do coaches spend more time in the office than maybe they did when you played?
No, I don't think so.
That's one of the reasons he gave for walking away. Wanted to reconnect with his
He's a big family guy, as a lot of coaches are, and I don't know what the real reason is, and it was over, I guess almost a year ago. But everybody's got their reasons, and I can see Bronco getting back in it this year. I don't know exactly what the deep down issues are, but I think it's overall stress, and I don't think coaches, we don't spend any more time in the office when you win, lose, wherever you are. I mean, you're spending what you need to, and you spend a lot of hours, period. So I don't think that changes. There's only so many hours in a day. You can't spend much more than we do or Bronco did. I don't think it increased from his last year at Virginia to his first year at Virginia or when he was up out west.
Pat, Owen Drexel dressed last week for the first time since his injury. Where do you feel he is in terms of progress, and how close is he to kind of consistently getting back on the field if he isn't already?
I think he's getting really close. He's getting close. Last week was his first week back practicing a little bit, so I think he's closer this week than he obviously was last week.
How's Cradle done, since he really moved into that center job?
He's done a nice job. I mean, obviously it's a brand new position for me. I don't think he's ever started there before. He had to make that move in there, but Jay Cradle's done a nice job. Probably think he's a better guard than he is center, but he's done a nice job. We haven't had too many problems there. We had one problem at Louisville at the end of the game, just a snap issue and timing issue and all that, but that, it happens sometimes, whether you're experienced center or not experienced center.
You're obviously focusing on your team, but at this point in the season, you've seen just about everybody in the Coastal, I would think, either playing them or scouting or what have you. What surprised you this year, maybe from what you expected in August and maybe hasn't gone the way you expected it to this year?
We've seen about every team. Haven't watched a lot of Miami yet. Duke has been in some crossover games. So has Miami a little bit. But we've seen a lot of teams. I mean, nothing surprised me. I mean, there's a lot of competition going out there. Probably the biggest surprise was May at North Carolina. Was the guy that you're kind of like you're thinking to be a step down, but it's really been a step up with his play and his performances through the year. Might be the best team in the ACC.
Will you miss the divisional?
I will. Is that over next year? I don't even know. So yeah, I'll miss it, but nobody cares.
What was your reaction when you saw what you guys got assigned with? Was it Syracuse,
I didn't
Boston
know who it
College,
is.
and was the other one Virginia Tech? Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Whatever. I don't care who we play. I just think the two divisions, there's an opportunity to be a coastal champion or an Atlantic Division champion. I think there's something to that, and I think it helps build a team, which I've said before. But that's what it is.
And you mentioned the things that Virginia, how much they've improved. What's an area that you feel like you guys have really improved as the years progress?
I think there's a lot of areas that we've improved. Obviously, we've improved our run game from a year ago offensively. I think our pass game continues to get improved as we had some consistency in the quarterback spot again. I think we started off throwing it pretty good coming out of camp against West Virginia and Tennessee. Then we get a hurt quarterback, and then we just never got back in the groove. We started running it a little bit more and kind of liking the run. But Keaton was as sharp as he's been last week, and he's had another really good week of practice. So I think just game after game, I think that's gotten better. Than obviously our run defense has gotten a lot better from the West Virginia game. Let's go back to that game, which I thought was awful that day, to be honest with you, compared to where we are now. It was young linebackers and fitting it and game experience and someone scheming against you. So, but we've gotten a lot better there.
And is Izzy still on track to play?
I think he is, Will. I think so. We'll find out.
Given what you saw last week, though, from Sibo and Rodney, I mean, would you be more willing to have him on a pitch count per se?
I'll defer that question to Jerry. I mean, he's my assistant running back coach. I don't know. What do you think, Jerry?
Apologize.
Jerry?
Let him loose.
Huh?
Let him loose. No pitch count.
No pitch count?
No, let him loose.
I mean, we think they're all good players. They got a good offensive line to run them behind, and I think we've got a pretty good scheme as far as what we do. Again, playing a good run defense this week, so we want to keep Izzy healthy. We know Rodney's good. We know Sibo's good. We know Vince Davis is capable as well. So it's a good problem to have, I guess.
Will my check be in the mail?
Yes.
Um,
You owe me lunch, I think, anyway, so I'll bring it to
Do
you.
I? I hate to keep bringing this up.
Then don't bring it up. If you hate to do it, I don't want you to do anything you hate.
It's week 11, and we were talking and kind of run out of questions. How many hours a week do you spend in a game week? Do you spend? What time do you go home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday?
Is it a night game or is it a day game? I guess it
Yeah,
doesn't
what about
matter.
this week?
I mean, Sundays we're at 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. And we go home 10:30, probably at night on a Sunday. Mondays, we're in at 6 a.m. and they roll, heavily at 6:30 till probably 10:30 at night. So you're talking, what is that, 15, 16-hour days. Monday and Tuesday are about the same. They are the same, exactly the same. Wednesday, I would say the guys are done about 7 o'clock, so that's an early day. You don't get home for dinner. We still eat dinner here for those, all those days. Wife doesn't have to cook. Got radio show on Wednesday, and then I just get everything I needed done at home on that. After that radio show's over, then Thursdays, again we're in at 6:30 again, and and our coaches kind of got the afternoon off. You know, I'll be here till 5, 6 o'clock, but everybody can work on their own.
There's basically 12-hour days during the season.
Yeah, well, there's not 12
Well,
hour days. There's 15-hour days on. I mean, it's maybe on Sundays a 12-hour day. That's your easy day. But you're talking 6:30 to 10. I mean, those are, what is that? You might count them up on, you know, we don't get paid by the hour. We don't punch clocks. Get a job done.
Jerry, I'll help you out here. Then how do you avoid burnout? From just the sheer tonnage of the workload?
Just you're so used to it, you don't get burnt out. You know, maybe that's what happened to Bronco. I don't know. You get a workout in the morning. At 4:30, I'm getting a workout in, and that helps me. I think.
4:30 in the morning at home, you mean?
Yeah, at home. Oh yeah, get a workout in and cruise in. Get ready to work. Why'd you hate to ask that question?
I don't know.
Thought you were gonna ask. I thought you were gonna ask an injury question.
I didn't think he'd like it, that's why. But you gave a good answer, thank you.
Pat, you guys have been one of the best third down defenses in the ACC. What have you guys done right? What do you guys have to keep doing right to kind of keep that up in the final weeks?
You got to execute and make plays. I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. You know, we spend Tuesday nights, you know, probably 2 hours game planning, third and short, third and medium, third and long, and just locking in those different situations. And I think we do a good job game planning, putting our kids in position. You got to go out and execute. You know, I think what we do is good. And I thought we had a great plan last week against Syracuse. You're gonna have another good one. You know, it's all everything. It changes every week. Who you're defending and what you have to do.
Has that Delta package changed a lot in the last 8 years? I mean, the personnel, largely kind of kept the same look, but the things you guys do out of it, the way you tendencies, those kinds of things, have you changed a lot in the last 8 years?
You know, we tweak it every week. I mean, it's changed. I mean, it's the same package. It's the same package. It just gets tweaked weekly on what we're gonna do. Like last week, we had some great tweaks that kind of got after him a little bit. Took away Gatson a bunch, and those are just fine little tweaks that are that our guys can handle. We change up our blitzes. Some weeks it's this, some weeks it's that. There's a lot of different things we do. So we get a whole list of different things, and we just pick and choose what we want in, what's good versus the protection, what do we need in. I mean, it's just a lot of things that go into it.
On Monday, you talked about how this week you were looking to find some answers about the punting position. Did you find those answers? Do you guys know who you're going to probably roll with for the rest of the year after this week?
Well, we'll find out. I think it's a week by week. I think it'll be a week by week and see who goes. But right now, Junko's going to start at the punter, and he's had a good week. And Cam is ready to roll if he needs to. And Sky punts. We still got to watch tape from today. We got a lot of work at that individually. Just to see who, but we got a lot of right now. We have a lot of confidence in Sam, but I think Junko could possibly do it too.
So those are the two that are going to be going to Virginia.
All three.
All three are going. Okay.
Yeah, Cam's got to go too. He's a holder too. So
Okay.
bring 3 punters. One's a holder who's done a heck of a job all year.
Were you pretty good at it?
Punting?
High school?
I was pretty good. Pretty good.
I thought you were the backup. Did you say you were the backup punter?
I was a starter.
Oh.
College, I was the backup. No. He said I can coach punters. I coached them for a bunch of years, so I've spent a lot of time with this week. So we're gonna get it right. Usually, I go during dynamic warm up. I go with the guys to see the majority. Let the specialists go over there. I probably made a mistake. I should have spent some time over there. So I've spent more time with the punters this week, just to look at the details of what they're doing.
Feels like every coach from Youngstown loves punting. Why is that?
I have no idea.
I've heard numerous coaches who are from Youngstown, Stoops, Trussell, all these people who either coach there or are from there, and they're all talking about how punt is the most important play in football.
Well, the punt play, I think.
Yeah.
It is. I think every coach in the country, whether they're from Youngstown or Alaska, I think knows that the punt is an important play, and we've been average with it. And then obviously coming out of not having Kirk anymore, we've had some growing pains there and some drops and some 2-yard punts and some other things happen. But it's not an easy position to play. You're sitting back there catching that ball and making good decisions. So it'll take time, but I think it'll continue to get better. But the punt is the most important play in football. Period.
Anything additional?
Come on, you guys got more questions than that. Come on, Will. Come on.
Against the
Will's looking at Jerry.
I am curious about this. You're talking about your long days and you're getting up at 4:30 to work out. How much are you sleeping then?
5 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is. I mean, I don't fall asleep as soon as I get home either, but you know, the workout helps you. I mean, if you guys get a workout in the morning, it makes you feel better. So if you guys are struggling with energy during the day, get a workout in the morning. It fuels you for the rest of the day. To me, that's a key.
Is that a year-round thing, by the way, that sleep schedule, or do you give yourself in the off-season?
In the off season, you get more because you can't walk into high school at 6:30 in the morning when you're out recruiting. So, you know, when the season's over, it gets a little bit easier. But sometimes I'm getting to, getting to a hotel at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So 7 o'clock comes real quick.
Do you ever wonder what you'll do with yourself in your days when you're not coaching?
I'll be on a beach somewhere. You know, I'll be somewhere relaxing.
Good answer.
It's a fact.
Well, Pat, you mentioned the physical workout helps. What do you do mentally to kind of get away from all this? Just for, 15, 20 minutes during the course of a busy day?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Just coaching what you love to coach. That's the key. You know, getting around the kids, I think, is key, guys. It's not a stressful day. It really isn't. We got good kids, and you don't do anything. I mean, that workout is the mental. That's the mental workout. That's the key. I think. What else? Anything? You guys get your workout in today, Jerry? You get a workout straight? Look at your walking.
My fingers
Get a walk in.